Hey guys, LongHaul Larry, working on 792, and what I'm doing now is working on this APU. Going to kind of reconstruct things and stuff. It's pretty rusted out. For some reason, the boss doesn't know why, but there's a strap on there that's holding things together. We're going to try to make this so that it's back to good. I do have the cover that goes on the bottom. I think it's laying over against the wall. Somebody just took it off. But we're going to start tearing this thing apart and seeing what we have to do to make this thing all good again. Well, taking apart this APU, I took the strap off. I figured out why somebody did that. There's like a modge podge of different screws and stuff holding this thing on. It's pretty bad. I think this one here, I think has a nut on the backside. God, this thing is just terrible looking. Yeah, that's not a nut, that's the insert just spinning. So, you know, vice grips. Okay. Should free up top cover. Should be able to get it off, no? Sad shape. That is not pretty. Wow. For one thing, there's no oil cap. Wow. There's actually no oil cap on this APU here. I mean, all the dirt and junk has just been going right into the engine. That is not good. The radiator core is shot. Wow, this thing is bad. The radiator core is shot. He says the starter, he thinks the starter is bad. This muffler is actually broken right off the back to mount, so the muffler is actually hanging out to construct something to make that work. I mean, I doubt. It doesn't feel terrible. Wow, this thing just needs like wowzer. I'm going to take some pictures of it, send them to the boss, see how far he wants to go with this. Well guys, it is back to the APU from the dinosaurs. At least I think the oil in it, I think a dinosaur died in there. I actually pulled the plug out of there and it was just, it's like tar. Actually nothing drained out of it. Boss just wants to see if I can get it running, see what's going on with it. But here's the deal, the driver left the cap off the top of it. I don't know if the driver did or vibrate off, whatever. But it's all full of just road junk and everything else. The boss thinks that this was underwater. But the engine is full of junk. You can't even try to start it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to flush this motor. I'm actually going to pour diesel into the top of the motor. I know. See if that flushes anything out of there, maybe some of that dirt. And then I'm going to throw some oil in on top of that and turn the motor over. And then I'll put new oil in it, clean filters, and hit the start button. The diesel's ran through it. Dump some motor oil in there, just turning her over and over, working it around in there. Give her the best shot I can. Alright, change the filters. Whoosh, it's a hot one today. What this thing is, it's just, oh, look at that was in there. It's just solid, it's like tar in there. If it does start and run, basically I'm just going to run it for a little bit and then change the oil again. Alright, let's see what it does. Fan is kicking on. Oh, there goes the fuel pump. Ooh, that sounded really good. Thinking to hit the breaker, so I'm going to flip the reset button. Thing is underwater. The thing is, there's no codes. It's not coming up with a fault, and it's not tripping a breaker. It just shuts it off. That's weird. I have to do some research. Well, guys, I lost a bunch of footage from that APU build. What ended up happening is the starter, the whole APU was underwater at one point in time, and nobody drained it and everything. I think it was before my boss owned it. And nobody really took care of it and stuff. The starter was completely shot, so I ended up replacing the starter, and it wouldn't turn. It just wouldn't start. The engine would just hyperlock all the time. And I got more detail into tearing it apart, looking at it. The whole fuel pump was actually rusted, wide open. Everything was just wide open. It would be a lot. It'd be a complete rebuild on the engine. I talked to the boss about it, and I ended up fixing all the sheet steel on the outside, welding it and plating it and stuff, and getting all that out good. It looks really good, actually, for an older APU. But the motor is just, it needs a complete rebuild and new fuel pump and everything. So he's searching around. He thinks that he may have some lines and some, like, junkyard APUs, you know, that in junkyards and stuff. He's searching around. He's trying to find one that everything else is kind of junk, but maybe the motor still runs and we could swap the motors out or something. He was kind of doing that. Don't know really where that's going to go to on that. But I had a crazy idea. I actually I've been thinking about talking to the boss about it, about pulling the motor out and actually mounting an electric motor in there. And then mount some inside that engine compartment in the APU, make some mounts for batteries and stuff where I could put like 4 batteries in there and maybe have like 4 batteries under the bunk. So I have a total of like 8 batteries, and those all power the motor, which operates the APU. There is electric APUs out there. There is some that are built. They're pretty expensive, But I've been kind of thinking about maybe I could figure something out with that, using all those components. I don't know. It'd be kind of a crazy thing to do, but I thought about messing with it. The only problem with it is the circuitry is trying to build a computer board that will operate the motor in conjunction with the temperature you want, and getting that to run and everything at the times you need it and all this stuff. I'm not very good at the electrical stuff. I've kind of been looking at a few things and doing some research and stuff. I don't know if I would have the capability of building a computer board to operate the system. I don't know. Maybe there's a subscriber out there that's really into building computer boards and gets to know stuff like that. Hey, contact me. Send me an email. And if you think maybe you can, work with me on this, maybe we can develop something like that. I don't know. Who knows? But if you're good at that stuff, give me a contact and we'll talk about it. But yeah, that APU is pretty much done. It's just beyond repairable. So that one there, it was pretty bad. I had oil, like I said in the video. It looked like a dinosaur died in that motor. It was pretty bad. So I couldn't perform the greatest magic on that one to bring it back, but hey, I tried. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Yeah, I lost some of the footage on that, sorry, but it really came out looking nice. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and have it in a video or something in the future, show it to you guys. It actually looks like a really good APU now. I don't know, maybe I could talk to Boston to let me tearing it out of there and maybe mess with it and design something. I don't know, because right now it's no good unless you get a brand new motor. So we'll see what all happens there. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this here video. And if you're not, well, certainly just try that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.